Tech billionaire Elon Musk is making a dramatic intervention in British politics. Musk dialed into a right-wing anti-mass migration pro-free speech rally organized by Tommy Robinson in London this past weekend. Now, he had a clear message for the crowd and for the country. Let's watch.
There's got to be a change of government in Britain. And you can't, we don't have another 4 years or whatever the next election is. It's too long. Something's got to be done. There's got to be a dissolution of parliament and a new vote. If the fight comes to you, you don't have a choice. You have to fight. So you have to rally all of the people of Britain to fight for the future.
And he added this. Let's take a look.
Violence is going to come to you. You will have no choice. You're in a fundamental situation here where whether you choose violence or not, violence is coming to you. You either fight back or you die.
This isn't the first time Musk has weighed in on UK politics. He's previously clashed with government over grooming gangs and the Online Safety Act, legislation that he called, quote, a threat to free speech. His comments come just ahead of President Trump's upcoming state visit to Britain. It also marks 4 years away from the next scheduled UK general election. Now, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer didn't mince his words in the response to his comments. He writes, quote, people have a right to peaceful protest. It is the core to our country's values. Britain is a nation proudly built on tolerance, diversity, and respect. Our flag represents our diverse country, and we will never surrender to it, those that use it as a symbol of violence, fear, and division.
Well, some of that rhetoric from Elon there, whom I love, was a little too edgy.
Thank you for saying that.
You should not set out or plan to engage in violence. Obviously, if you are the victim of violence, you have the right to defend yourself. You should not be the initiator of violence. And that message was a little muddled, I thought. Overall, he is arguing that there should be a change in the British government for a very specific reason, and one I do agree with. The British authorities are trying to strangle, cripple, destroy the tech platforms in Britain, in Europe. The European Union is doing the same thing. This has prompted a lot of discomfort between Elon Musk and other tech leaders and European leaders. This online safety legislation that UK is going through will I can't even say this. Get rid of the anonymous part of the internet. You're going to have to register. It is a blow to free speech.
No, that'll be great for the 50,000 people on that list that Republicans are pushing through about Charlie Kirk. They'll get exactly who they are and exactly that matches with their ID. They'll know exactly who's saying these things. Maybe it'll tone down the rhetoric that they want to get people fired for.
Yeah, see, I don't want to do
that. But I mean, that's exactly in line with what the party's pushing for. It got to be. I mean, if this is what all Republicans are pushing for and he's pushing a conservative message in the UK, it should all be on one accord. It's kind of like the same.
Republicans aren't pushing for that. Well, there are some
Republicans that support Charlie Kirk, who was arguably the most influential young person in the Conservative Party, right?
Private entities assembling their own list of whatever. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, can the government require the internet, the platform, to provide information on who the people are who are using the platform? That is well, in the U.S., that would be a First Amendment issue. We would say no. They don't have the First Amendment, so they can do it, but I still think it's a bad thing. I don't think the government should force social media companies, give us information. Who are your people? We want to put your people on watch lists. I mean, if I assemble a watch list.
Wait, we just talked about watch lists last week.
The government should not assemble watch lists.
Have a watch list of people that aren't even criminals in New York, and Mom Donnie is against that. And you said, what's the problem? Keeping folks safe, a couple names on a list. What's the problem? Keeping the internet streets safe, a couple of names on a list.
Again, the difference is that was publicly available information.
From social media. So why not collect it properly and publicly make it available to the government in the UK?
If the NYPD had gone to Facebook and said, give us the messages that these suspected gang members have sent to each other, then I would obviously, of course, well, first in the US, they have to get a warrant to do that. If we passed a law saying that Facebook had to give the NYPD private internal correspondence Facebook messages, that would violate the First Amendment. That I would be against. This is a database of publicly available information. What they're trying to do in Britain is require private information that is not just available on the social media platform effectively to be given to the government. And that's what I'm against. It's what Elon Musk is against, and he's right to be against it. It's on civil libertarian grounds. And just more broadly, there's too much bullying of the tech platforms by the European Union and by the UK authorities that I think is bad.
I'm against Elon Musk's whole rhetoric, jumping on a Zoom with thousands of people in the audience and saying you either fight back or you die. That's a quote. And I'm against that vile type of language, especially from him in the wake of what just happened with Charlie Kirk. I think that is irresponsible and I think poor-minded to figure out. And he also talked about Charlie Kirk in that conversation he was having with that audience, saying the left causes, and like, you are inciting violence by using that type of language when you know that there is a conversation about figuring out getting to the bottom of this, and you are a leader by all standards who has worked closely with the U.S. government, who's going there trying to just rally people up just to fight for your tech cause because you don't want certain restrictions, and you're comparing that to the death of somebody who was shot from a criminal act. Like, I don't think it's the same.
It's not inciting violence.
He's saying, like, fight back or die. Like, those, if your life's on the line.
Fight back is not inciting violence.
Well, you're making words mean other words, similarly to what you just told me I was doing in the last segment. No, fight back or die.
Fight back.
So what does that mean? Be violent? What is it? I don't know. He's saying these people are violent. Like, he's actually saying, like, it's life or death. Like, not in a suggestive, like, esoteric way, like in a real way.
Say, we should kill this person under these circumstances, and here's how we'll do it. That's inciting.
And also a bigger issue is Elon Musk is trying to be involved in every single country's politics. He literally left the Washington, D.C. with his tail tucked, a failed mission, abort mission by all standards.
He tried
he tried to implement policies. They didn't work. And so you're going to go to the UK, try to get people on your side to implement policies. Maybe you're better off just lobbying the government as opposed to trying to rally up people that are going to go out and vote. Maybe just go to the government and have conversations like lobbyists have been doing at big companies like yours forever. You see what Facebook's doing with our government. It seems like it's working.
Elon Musk's Starlink was providing internet to the Ukrainian resistance fighters. That was out of the kindness of his heart.
Wow,
and now they
want
to, that was a great thing that he did. And they want to bully him and make his companies less profitable and make people suffer under greater censorship, their own people. He has the right to object to that.
Fine, he can, but he shouldn't say compare it to every single thing else that's happening in the world in regards to violence from the left. I think he should just say, hey, I don't want these type of restrictions on my company. Just use smart language for a grown man that's responsible for his words.
He's allowed to say that the left is violence, that the left endorses violence. I'm much more careful about drawing connections between rhetorical strategies and actual violence, but the left says this about the right all the time, that they're, I mean, yeah, you just said it.
I'm just saying,
violence.
Yeah, on the heels of what just happened, I don't think that now would be an appropriate time to tell people, oh, like, get more enraged. It's like, listen, how about all leaders try to figure out how to tone this down? I mean, coming from President Trump and everyone else, like, this is the time to try to unite people and actually push forward policy.
Vote out the government. That was his actual ask, which that's fine. We should vote out the government. Voting out the government is your right, is your civic right.
But people will not die. People will not die if they won't. People will not die if they don't vote out the government. That's my point. That people will not die if they don't vote out the government. Just like no one else died when Trump became president again. You know, we're here and he's president and life went on. So that's what I mean. Like, it's all the Democrats were dramatic when people said, "Oh my God, it's life or death," and like it's going to be like, oh, like, you know. It wasn't. We're just going to go through 4 years of a presidency. It's not the worst of times. We're not in a world war.
I think he thinks crime would be lower. In the UK, we've seen some videos of assaults of children and violence and those kinds of things.
And all that has to do with the policies he wants pushed forth
refugees
on
from
technology.
the Middle East. And so a more immigration restrictionist or anti-refugee government of the right, Elon Musk thinks would make the islands a safer place.
A very self-serving Elon Musk, very gracious man, as you name some of the things that he's done for Ukraine, but very self-serving. Elon Musk, he uses strong words when he wants to get some legislation passed that benefit his company so he can continue to be the world's richest man.
That's the great thing about capitalism, Lindsey. Providing services to other people is enriching for the soul and for the bottom line, and we can all profitably find ways to serve one another and also benefit ourselves, and it's good.
And if it was an experiment to have Elon Musk in the U.S. government that failed so miserably, perhaps he should just look at that and say, maybe take a break before doing it a few months later in another country. Just take a break.
Stick to sports.
Yeah.
That's your advice.
Exactly. So coming up, Senator Van Hollen endorses Zohran Mamdani and has choice words for fellow Democrats. We're going to get into that next. We'll be right back.